Hi everyone, my name is Phil and welcome to Phil Does 3D. I'm a multimedia and 3D artist and I stream live on Twitch on Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 PM Pacific time in the United States. That's going to be midday if you're in Australia, or around 1 AM if you're in the UK. I hope you guys and girls are well, and Hellforge and Sniper Girl, it's good to see you. I hope you had a good Christmas and New Year, Sniper Girl. Remember, if you want to join the Phil Does 3D Discord server, you can click that link Hellforge just popped into Twitch chat, or you can click on the About Me section on my Twitch page, and down the bottom in my panels you'll find a graphic, a little blue graphic that says Join the Phil Does 3D Discord. Click that. That'll give you an invite link to join the Discord. We're going to be working on the House in the Hollow game. We're working on the kitchen for that game. And if you want to wishlist that game, click the link in Twitch chat or click the graphic in my About Me panels that will take you to the Steam store page. I think that's everything. Oh, my website. Yes, you can go to my website if you want to know more about me. Just put my username, PhilDoes3D, and put a .com on the end of it. And the ArtStation, of course. Thank you, Hellforge. You can also click that link to go to my ArtStation page, although I haven't updated my ArtStation for a little while, so I must do that. It's good to see you, Hellforge. Hi to you as well. Sniper Girl says, this can't be hard, that hard. And you find yourself banging your head on the wall trying to figure things out. What are we talking about here? Let me catch up with the chat, because you guys started before I started the stream. You started the chat. You're frustrated, Hellforge, with the lack of progress on the project. Other than that, you're doing well, which is good to hear. And Sniper Girl's frustrated as well with the progress on the gas station. She's got to figure out how to do raindrops and wetness amongst other things, trying to avoid having to do vertex painting on most of the mats. Hellforge says, it's interesting feeling when you're about to hit render on what's supposed to be the final render, just to realise that you've forgotten a couple of small details and now my brain is yelling at me to fix it since it's easy to do. You know what's worse is if you're doing a build of the game engine, say Unreal, and it takes like 3 hours, and then once it's finished building you realise that a light didn't work out the way it should look, or a texture looks weird, and you've got to rebuild again 3 hours later. Sniper Girl says, honestly, Christmas wasn't a good time for me. Oh, that's no good. Was supposed to visit family, but got cancelled due to my mum's health. She ended up having a few strokes. Oh no. Just prior to when I was supposed to travel. She's good now, on meds, but still wasn't a great time. Hope yours was better. Well, mine was very quiet. I spent most of my Christmas sleeping. I didn't play any Cyberpunk. I spent most of my time, sleeping. I couldn't visit my sister and my brother because they live interstate, and we didn't have any cases of human malware at the start of Christmas, but I was worried if I travelled interstate and they locked the borders down, I couldn't get back to Melbourne. So I decided to stay in Melbourne, which was a good thing because we did have another outbreak of the human malware over Christmas and they locked the borders down. We've gone for about a week and a half now without cases, so it's good at the moment, but yeah, I didn't risk it. I had a quiet Christmas and a quiet New Year at home. But that's no good to hear about your mum, Sniper Girl. That's terrible. Terrible. Strokes are a terrible, terrible thing. Your mum had, didn't she have that heart operation last year or the year before? Terrible. She's had a bad run of luck with her health, hasn't she? Hellforge says it's basically a rectangle with 4 long cylinders. He says, I'm really sorry to hear that, Sniper Girl, and it's good that she's on the mend. It is good that she's on the mend. Smurfberry, it's good to see you, Smurf. I hope you're well. So, yes, and I think Sniper Girl, at the very beginning of the chat, said something about the chat rules popping up for her, which is very strange because she's been in my chat for a very long time. But Twitch have been fiddling around with stuff behind the scenes again. You know what they always do. They were doing that, I think, over the Christmas break. I wasn't streaming then, but yeah, so maybe it's got something to do with that. Because I think a lot of people were complaining that their ad blockers were no longer working. So yeah, Twitch are making changes to make sure so your ad blockers stop working. Sniper Girl says, yeah, she's been through a lot. She certainly has. Hellforge says, I had that with the environment project. That's the first one. I uploaded on ArtStation, 6-hour render time, and I forgot to uncheck the show in render on a couple of meshes. Oh man. So I had to render it a couple of times and wasted so much time. Man. Yeah, look, I know the feeling. It happens to us all. Don't worry. It'll make you more observant to check it before you render out next time, won't it? No, it won't. At least for me it doesn't. I still forget. I'm just going to grab a quick drink before we get stuck into stuff. Oh, nice cold water. Okay. Well, that's the water taken care of. Let's have a sip of coffee first. Not as good as water's not as good as coffee. Jizan, it's good to see you. Jizan says maybe by the end of this stream I'll have finished this art test. Okay, what art test are you doing, Jizan? What sort of model are you making as part of the art test? I'm curious. I think I haven't done an art test for a very long time, but the last art test I had to do for a studio was model the Statue of Liberty, of all things. So there you go. I know Sniper Girl has done an art test where she had to do a building, I believe. Sniper Girl says, well, my ad block works. Well, there you go. Kind of, on Twitch. On my browser, when an ad is triggered, it does skip the ad, which is great, but it also skips like 20 to 30 seconds of what I was watching if it's a stream that was recorded earlier. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Twitch are constantly trying to stop people using ad blockers. I mean, you know, they're Twitch. They make their money through ads. Halford says, yeah, I learned the hard way to render 100 samples first to check if there's any unwanted meshes showing up or lights that are in the wrong spot before going full tilt with crazy samples. That's the way to do it. That's why I really like GPU rendering now, because you get a pretty much instant feedback. You don't have to wait hours for a render to render out just to see that the lighting is incorrect or a texture doesn't look right or there's a shadow in the wrong spot, or, you know. That's why GPU rendering is so cool and so fast. Sniper Girl says to Jizan, wow, wish you luck. Yes, I wish you luck as well, Jizan. Sorry, I forgot to say that. Good luck with the art test. Jizan says it's a wire cord in a jet. More complicated than it sounds. Okay. A wire cord in a jet. Okay. Sniper Girl says, I've had to do a building, a gun based on drawings, a stone cottage with trees, and something that is under NDA. Yeah, I don't know, every different studio is different. They'll pick something, I guess, at random and give that as a test to people to create. And you know how it works, don't you, guys and girls? They give everyone the same thing to model, and they compare them all with each other and choose the one that does the best job, basically. So, yes, we're working on the kitchen for the House on the Hollow game. We have pretty much modelled the kitchen up. We went through yesterday and made sure all of the drawers and stuff were correct. We're going to be reusing a lot of the cupboards where we can, like the corner cupboards here and the drawers, when we get into the engine and start building the kitchen up, which is why I've removed them so I don't get confused, and I know I've only got to export one of each. And I've just noticed we can probably get rid of this one here because we're just going to duplicate this door over here. So let's do that. We can delete this one. And now I think we're good. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure we're good. Yeah, I think we're okay. Alrighty, let's do a quick save and then we will start UV mapping, my favourite thing in the world to do, as you guys know. Sniper Echo, it's good to see you, buddy. Helford says, not a clue how it works since I've never done an art test. And good evening to you, Sniper Echo, as well. Sniper Girl says to Hellforge, basically they gave you something that you have to design and within a time limit. They often also give guidelines such as textile density and such. And Sniper Girl says, looks like all the snipers are here. They certainly are. Oh, and that rainbow, that beautiful rainbow from Smurf with the unicorn and the hype. I hope you're doing well too. I am doing well. Yep, nice and chilled and relaxed after my break. Hard to get back into the swing of work, I have to admit, after being off on break for a few weeks. But hey, all we need now is Android Lust. I don't think he's popped into chat yet, has he? No. Sniper Girl says to Sniper Echo, I'm doing good, trying to figure out how to do a few things with the gas station, but I'll figure things out. You sure will. And remember, if you do get stuck while you're working, that's one of the great things with the Discord server. The Phil Does 3D Discord, jump on that and ask the question, because we do have the section called Art, Help and Advice. So if you do have a question you want some help with, pop on the Discord, ask the question, and either I or one of the guys and girls on the Discord will help you out because they're a friendly bunch. And there's quite a few members of the Discord server now, which is good to see. Oh, and Tamana, sorry, I didn't say didn't I say that thank you for the sub yesterday? This is another one. Maybe, yeah, it's 43 months now. It was 42 months yesterday. Okay, well, thank you, Tamana, for the subscription. I do appreciate it, guys. When you sub to the channel, you are awesome, so thank you. And there's the link, thank you, that Helpful just popped in for the Discord server if you want to join. Sniper Echo says, I have to build a glass station myself shortly. A glass station or a gas station? You're going to build a glass station. Sniper Girl says, nice for freelance or something. No, I don't think Android Lost is here, is he? Yeah, no, I don't think Android Lost is in the chat. Unless I'm blind. If you're in the chat, Android Lost, say hello. Hey, Euro. Good to see you, Euro. I hope you're well. Android Lust is here. Okay, my apologies, Android Lust. Well, see, I noticed because you're always in my chat, and it was unusual for me not to notice you. You're here. It's good to see you. Phil's gone blind. Yes, I have gone. Look, you know, I've got old eyes. I'm old grandpa eyes here. Come on. Come on. Look, I'm going through the chat right now, the backlog of the chat. And look, I don't actually... Maybe you're getting confused. Android Lust, hang on, let me get one thing out at a time. Android Lust, thank you for the 36-month subscription. You are awesome as well. Thank you very much, Android Lust. I appreciate it. Yeah, but getting back to what I was saying, I didn't know Android Lust was in the chat because I don't use the Twitch chat client, which shows the people that are actually watching me. I use Streamlabs chatbot, and it doesn't show who is actually in the chat. It only shows if they talk. So if you type something, then I'll know you're here, and if you don't type something, well, then I don't know whether you're here or not. That's my excuse. Euro says, I'm good, thanks. Hope everyone is well. Sniper Echo says to Sniper Girl, it's for that little project I'm working on for myself, a deadline looming. If it's for yourself, well, then you can push your deadline back, you know. Give yourself a break. Sniper says, Sniper Echo says, I have about 70 more assets to make before the end of March. Man. Hellforge says, that makes sense. I just saw Android's sub message. Yes, no, yeah, but you know with Twitch chat, you can get a list of people that are actually watching, even if they don't talk in the Twitch chat. They're listed as users, that are viewers, but because I don't use the Twitch chat window, and I use Streamlabs, that doesn't show up for me. Because I get scared if too many people are watching me. Yeah, right. I know some people do that. Some people have anxiety when they stream on Twitch. I mean, which is understandable, you know. I can just pretend you're all not there, though, because, you know, I'm sitting in a room on my own, so I get over it that way. So if you're a streamer and you have anxiety about being watched on Twitch, then just pretend there's no one watching you. Smurf says that's a big off. Euro says, I just finished playing Doom Eternal. The soundtrack in that game is amazing. I haven't played Doom Eternal. Must check it out. I was a big fan of the early Doom games. Well, they were the start of the first-person perspective sort of thingy, weren't they, really? Well, that genre of first-person perspective, multiplayer type gaming. Sniper says, how goes it? Euro says to Sniper, it goes 3D by day, game by night. Sniper Echo says, yeah, 70 isn't so bad. There's no massive assets, just have to make them for the MVP. Cool. Okay, so what are we doing? We are going to start UV mapping this up. Again, we've broken this up into two main sections for the kitchen. We're doing that so that we don't... If we added them together and made one texture map, we'd have to use like a 4K texture, otherwise the texture resolution would be too low. But we can break it up into two separate pieces. So let's start texturing, not texturing, UV mapping, I think. And again, the design of this kitchen is to suit the building. The building is an Art Nouveau, Art Deco style. I wouldn't like this kitchen in my house because I think it looks a bit old-fashioned, but it will suit the building. That's why it's been designed like this. Don't question me. Snappy says you're doing it right. Hellford says, I know that feeling all too well. I get super anxious when there's a lot of people watching. Because, yeah, remember, don't mention it often enough, actually. Hellforge is a streamer as well. You should check his stream out when he streams too. He uses Blender. Hellforge says, back in my EVE Online days, I had someone drop a 300 people host on me. Man, I couldn't deal with the amount of people, so I ended it shortly. Look, a lot of streamers are like that. A lot of people, when they first start streaming on Twitch or YouTube or Facebook or whatever you stream on, get nervous. Which is understandable. It's not, you know, streaming is an odd beast of a thing to do, unless you're a motor mouth like me and just don't shut up. It can be quite difficult because most people aren't used to talking all the time. So if you're one of those normal people, unlike me, who isn't used to talking all the time, then yeah, when you start streaming on Twitch, it's really important that you actually talk quite a bit. Because people, if they're jumping in between streams to see if they want to watch someone, if you're sitting there and you're silent and you're staring at your screen, people find that boring. Generally, particularly with live things like Twitch, people come to Twitch for the interaction with the streamer. At least that's what I think. At least that's what I mean, there are times when I watch Twitch where I don't want to talk to the streamer, don't get me wrong. But there are a lot of people that come on Twitch and they want the interaction with chat, so... and yeah, if you're not used to it, it can be scary, knowing that there are people out there watching you and you can't see them. And it can be hard talking all the time, for some people, but not for me. Sniper Echo says, and here's me working straight through the holidays. I did some 3D, no, I didn't do much though. I did a little bit of 3D work over the break, but not very much. Euro says, I slacked and vacationed all through Christmas. Yeah, I was pretty slack as well. I spent a lot of time just sleeping. Did a tiny bit of 3D work, but most of it was sleep. That's what happens when you work with two different studios. I mean, I just get exhausted. Sniper Girl says, trying to avoid doing vertex painting to designate areas where there's raindrops and where there's not. I have a lot of different materials and objects. I'll have to do it some, but want to see if I can get it up procedurally for most cases. Snappy Girl says to Hellforge, oh my god, wow, a 300 people host? Yeah, that's pretty cool. It was rough. Hellforge says, just pretend there's no one watching you. That's the best thing to do. Hide the number, when you're streaming on Twitch, you can see the number of viewers. I don't have that open. You can see the number of people watching you. Turn that off or hide it. And you'll find your life much easier that way. Because, you know, if you get too many people watching you, then you freak out because too many people are watching you. If you get nobody watching you, then you get depressed because no one's watching you. So the best thing to do is just to ignore the number altogether. Stream like you just don't care. Sniper Echo is asking, Sniper Girl, are you setting it up on Unreal? And Sniper Girl is saying yes. Sniper Echo says using decals can be a pretty nice way to add detail with a bit more freedom to experiment. Yes, decals are cool. Euro says someone hosted me for 50 peeps a few days ago. Oh, cool. I'm sorry, Euro's a streamer as well. I keep forgetting. Check Euro streams out as well. I was in the middle of a huge boss fight in Doom. They didn't wait for me to say hi and unhosted me right after. Well, that's a bit rude. Come on, people. If you're going to host someone, don't unhost them if they don't say hello. Oh, man. Come on, people. What is wrong with some people? It's like people that get really annoyed with streamers if they don't say hi back to them immediately after they say hi in chat. That's rude. That's rough, Euro. Bugger them, I say. Helpwood says, by a little bit of 3D work, does that mean you added more cobwebs to the house? No, I was controlled and did not add more cobwebs. I'm only going to be adding cobwebs when I'm on stream so that you guys can control me. Because otherwise the entire level would be just covered in cobwebs. You'll have to control me when we get down to the basement because I'm going to be putting cobwebs down there. Sniper Girl says the Sniper Echo decals can be expensive, can they? I haven't, at the moment anyway, the guys and I at the game studio, we haven't used any decals in the game. We may, not that we're not planning to, we probably will end up using some decals in some spots. Decals are a funny thing in Unreal. I can't remember because I haven't worked with them for a while, but I don't know that they work properly with some light types, interior light types. Like if you're adding decals to an exterior environment, then that's fine, there's no problems. But if you're adding decals to the interior, there are some light types that won't show the decal. I believe that's the way it used to be. I have to look it all up again. So just, yeah, decals can be a little bit funny to work with, or they used to be. Sniper Girl says that sucks to Euro. It does. Sniper Echo says true, although I don't know the difference in overhead between decals and vertex painting. Euro says Twitch people being Twitch people. That's exactly right. Helpwood says I hide all the numbers since it's better for my sanity. That's the way to go. If you're going to stream anywhere, mate, just don't pay attention to the people that are viewing you, the number of people viewing you. Because like I said, if there's too many, then you'll get nervous. If there's no one, then you'll get depressed. And yeah, just ignore it completely. But remember to talk. It's really important to talk. Probably not as much as me, but it's important to talk. Snowberry says he added cobwebs. Snowberry says which are a completely separate thing. Alfwood says I wouldn't put it past him, Smurf. Sniper Echo says they do now in Unreal, they didn't previously. Oh, okay. Juzan says I do decals 512 res and 80 texel density. Yeah, no, decals can be really useful to break up textures and stuff, for sure. So, like if you're using a tiling texture and you want to break it up, use a decal. A decal is one way to do it. Sniper Echo says pre-Unreal 424 fill. Oh, okay. There you go. I've been schooled and I've been told. Okay, let's do some UV mapping, shall we? Instead of Phil spending a whole hour chatting like yesterday. Even though I like to chat and I could just do that all day long. I get people annoyed with me on my YouTube videos saying, you talk too much, you don't do enough work. We're going to send this over to Horizon. I'm just going to make sure that I'm in it fully, and I am. Sniper Girl says, Sniper Echo, I'm looking at getting a few rainy surface materials to see how they did it. Hey, what's going on here? Why is my model not showing up? I updated Rhizome, so this is a newer version of Rhizome I'm using, and it's there it is. Okay, thank you very much. So yeah, I'm using a new version of Rhizome. Let's break this up and do it in 2 pieces. And we're probably going to stick with this one, I think. And I'm just going to do a little bit of cleanup work with some of the seams. And they've moved all my buttons around, so I've just got to stare at the screen to try and work out which one's which. There we go. Don't you hate it when they update software and then they move stuff around? I do. Not like it, that is. Sniper Echo says, where's my mic? Huh? Sniper Girl says, it's cool, we all know you are really Phil does just chat. That's exactly right. It is Phil does just chat. Most times. No, that's not true. I do some work. Come on. You know, I do some work. That should be okay. We are getting a little bit of stretching just through here with the red. A slight red colour. You can see. Let me move this so you can see it a bit better. That little bit of red there is a little bit of stretching. Let's do an optimize and see if we can fix it. There we go. That looks good to me. We do have these pieces which we could flatten out if we wanted to, but I don't really think they're necessary. Isolate that piece and get it to do a wrap. And again, I'm just going to do a bit of cleanup work here. They have actually added a couple of nice new features to the newest version of Rhizome. If you work with Substance Painter, there's a new option now in Rhizome where you can send over material IDs directly from Rhizome to Substance now. Instead of, you know how I normally do it through Max, and I still will probably do it through Max, but there is an option in Rhizome to do that now, which is pretty cool. Oh, that's the wrong one. I want this version here. And that looks pretty good to me, so that should be fine. Let's send that back to Max. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to assign a checker texture as we work, just that way it shows me exactly what I've done and what I haven't done. Just makes working a little bit easier. So let's just grab a checker pattern. And we'll just tile it, I don't know, let's tile it 30 by 30. We have the door selected, and let's assign our checker. And that way I know I've UV mapped this piece, and as we go I won't get confused. Because it's easy to confuse, Phil, as you guys know. Actually, yeah, that's cool. What I'm going to do though before we move on is I'm going to throw down a... we're going to do a pack, so I'm going to throw down an unwrap UVW because our textile density is not correct at the moment. And we're going to get Max to do a pack. let's use the auto. I don't generally use the button. I usually go through the tools menu, but we should be okay, I think, just doing it that way. Now our textile density is correct. What are we talking about here? Sniper Girl says, do you still need to set decals to deferred decals for them to show up well in Unreal? Alford says, Blender drives me up the wall when they move stuff around. Sniper Echo knows it since he's heard me rage about it often enough. Sniper Echo says he's driven me up the wall. Smurfberry says, oh boy, get ready for Blender 22.92-3.0 because they're going to move stuff again. And I hate it when they do updates and they move stuff around. Halford says, I have that effect on people. Sniper Girl says, well, considering your name is Phil Does 3D, to say you do some work is bad. Sniper, you can't just be a machine and do work and nothing but work. Sniper Girl says, Sniper Echo says to Sniper Girl, yeah, true, but don't forget you can also lob them away. If you're using a decal all over, it can be cheaper to use. Sniper Echo says, I think there is a water raindrops material in one of the Unreal packs. Well, there you go, check that out. I can't remember which one though. Sniper Girl says, we'll probably end up picking your brain on doing that later. Halford says, I'm still secretly hoping for Phil Does 2D, where he draws anime waifus in Substance Paint. I don't know if that'll happen. Sniper Echo says to Sniper Girl, no problem. Sniper Girl says, would love to see that. Save and copy. Good suggestion there, Hellforge. Copy first though. Get your priorities right. Copy and save. Let's do a save. And Sniper Girl says, can we have Hellforge TV's recommendation be something we can buy for points? You want me to do what? Phil Does 2D? Is that what you want to be able to buy for points? Part of my job when I used to work back in games development, not at the moment, but, well, actually maybe at the moment a bit, was doing concept art. Like I've always been an environment artist and 3D artist. But years ago when I worked for THQ, part of my job was also doing concept art. So I have done 2D art. It's not like I haven't done it. Sniper Echo says, myself and Hellforge worked in some decal materials a while back to speed things up. And he says, Phil, I second Hellforge and Sniper Girl's motion. You're all piling on today. So, well, Sniper Girl says, the way he says, I'm not going to say it now then. You're making me yourself conscious, Sniper Girl. Android Lust says, maybe... That's enough. I'm going to ignore you guys if you're going to be mean to me. Sniper Echo says, Phil, pass the motion alright. What's the motion? What do you want? What do you guys want? What are you talking about? You want me to do 2D? Is that what you're saying? Or you want me to make what? Sniper Echo says, by right, I mean 10-minute stream style. Oh, he's threatening to silence me. Oh. Android Lust says, you said, what is that word? Like waffles. What is that? What is it though? I don't understand what it is. What? Sniper Echo says, my 200,000 points will go to good use. What is that? What is that? Well, Sniper Girl says, I'm always like this and you modded me. Masochist, I know. Pardon me. Hellforge says, to be fair, anime, what anime would be pretty sweet too. Anime waffles would be sweet. What is that word? What is this WAIFUS? What is that? I've never seen the word before. What is it? What are they? Explain to me what that is. Oh, waifu? Waifu? Wife. Oh, waifu. Sniper Eki says, now I'm hungry. Waifu. Smurfery says waifu. Oh, okay. I've never seen the word before. Andrew Lust says, like waffles. Sniper Girl says, waifu, plural waifu or waifus, is fandom slang, internet slang. A fictional female character from non-live action visual media, usually an anime, manga or video game, to whom one is attracted. Okay. I understand. Maybe that's why I'd never seen the word before, because I don't get attracted to video game characters, I'm sorry to say. If I want to be attracted to someone, they've got to be real. Burn. All of you burn. Let's send this one over to Substance Planet, to Rhizome UV. You guys know I'm a big fan of manga and anime. I love manga and anime. To watch, not to fall in love with. You strange, strange people. The male equivalent, Smurfery says, is husbando. Sniper says, I'm crying now. Smurf says, the boomer just called us weaves. I'm actually not a baby boomer. I'm younger than a baby boomer. I would like to tell you all right now. Baby boomers are much older than me. Where does it put? There it is. Jeez, come on. Helpwood says, because I'm a filthy weeb. Sniper Girl says, proud to be a weeb. Sniper Eki says, hold my tea, silence and bow. No! Sniper Girl says, sorry, Jizan says, but then pixels on Lara Croft on PlayStation 1? Waifu. Smurfery says, weird stuff with your pivot point. Yeah, I think it is actually. I think the pivot points are off. You're exactly right, Smurf. That's the reason that the model's not coming in centered. Let me blame the programmer, not myself. Come on. Sniper Girl says, okay, boomer. Gons. What program is this? It's good to see you, Gons. Welcome to Phil Does 3D. This program you see me using right in front of me now, or in front of you, is called Rhizome UV. R-I-Z-U-M or O-U-M, I can't remember. UV. It's just a UV mapping program. I use it because it saves me time. It's really quick to use to do UV mapping. So Rhizome UV is this program, and this one is 3D Studio Max. It's good to see you, Gons. Smurf says Rhizome. Thank you, Smurfer. Yep. Helford says to Gons, it's Rhizome UV. Android Lost says, I've only successfully watched 2 animes in 2020, didn't even finish them. So my weird card is gone. I love anime. I do love anime. I mean, I'm old school. I call it manga because that's what it used to be called. They sort of switched it from manga to anime in the last few years, but it used to be manga. Big fan of manga. Thank you, Hellforge. There's the Twitter link for Rhizome UV if you are interested in checking it out. You can either buy it outright or you can rent it month to month, whichever you prefer. It is a very good program. You don't need it. Most 3D programs, or all 3D programs, you can actually do UV mapping in directly. It's just really quick to UV map something up, because I hate UV mapping. Let's send that back to Max. So yeah, anything that can speed up my UV mapping, I'm all for, because I hate it so much. Let's assign that checker texture so we know it's been done. And keep moving on. No, that's fine, Hellforge. From the Twitter link, they should be able to get the link to their webpage, so that's cool. Sniper Girl says, I still remember back during the PS1 days where people thought there was a nude code. think there was though, wasn't there? I remember that story about there being some sort of way to undress Lara Croft. Juzan says, my Maya crashed. Oh no, I hope you saved, Juzan. Did you save? Please save regularly. I think my, like Max, has an autosave feature as well, so maybe hopefully that caught it for you. Yeah, but I turn all that off, so I must remember to save regularly, otherwise I'll be in trouble. Because I turn autosave off. I don't like being interrupted while I'm working. It sort of like freezes the program while it saves out for a split second, and that annoys me. Sniper Girl says that Juzan Maya does that. You have to save often. Max can do it too. Gon says Rhizome looks awesome for unwrapping. It is incredibly good, Gons. If you really want, if you hate unwrapping like me, you want a tool that's it's pretty much a one-click button jobby. Not always. I've still got to go in and clean stuff up, but it still saves a huge amount of time. And it's a very good program. It's been around for years and it's really good. They update it regularly. I'm using the very latest version at the moment. It was just updated like a few weeks ago. So the developer updates it all the time, and it's very good. I can recommend it, guys. But you don't need it. If you can do all your UV mapping in any 3D program you're using, whether it's Blender or Max or Maya or Cinema 4D or whatever. It just might take a little bit longer than using it in Rhizome, doing it in Rhizome. Sniper Girl says manga is pretty much the comics and anime are the cartoons. Helford says, isn't manga the books and anime the video? Well, no, they used to call the video manga. Like, Akira, all of those anime films, they were originally called manga, not anime. Maybe anime is more the cutesy stuff. I don't know. But I still call it all manga. Android Lust says, Rhizome's good for unwrapping for people who hate unwrapping. That's right. But see, I think Android Lust likes unwrapping, don't you? So, I don't like it. I don't like unwrapping. It's really important for 3D to get good unwraps, but man, I hate doing it. Sniper Echo says, check out this clip. Phil does 3D streaming art. Gon says, does it do topology also? No, it doesn't do retopology, if that's what you mean. Unfortunately, it does not do retopology. It's just UV mapping. So anything to do with UVs is pretty much Rhizome will do for you. Sniper Girl says, guess I'm old because I honestly don't mind UVing. Some people don't mind it. Sniper Echo says, same as I'm okay with it. Sniper Echo says, put on some tunes and I enjoy UV mapping, to be honest. I've never liked it. Like I said, it's a really important thing to do to get a good looking model, but it's something I've never liked to do. Yeah. I'm just waiting for Rhizome to open up and for us to find our model piece. I'm going to break this one up and do it bit by bit. So yeah, and it does come with a lot of different types. Probably can't see it too well because it's hidden underneath of my graphic there, but it comes with different types of unwrap tools that you can use. So it's not just like one unwrap type. There are a lot of different types like pelt mapping and many different types of unwrap, and just depending on what the model is will depend on the type of unwrap you use or you choose. That's like that because that does not have polys. Now, why is that? That's not correct. I am going to have to go back into Max and look at that. So I'm just going to close Rhizome down. No, I don't want to save the changes. And we're going to get Max to isolate this piece so I can check out what's going on. Okay, that's not right. We need a back on it because the cupboard door is going to be opened. It needs to have a backing on it. What are we talking about here? Snappy Girl says most gamer mags back then, the nude code that was advertised was one that killed Lara Croft. Well, that'll teach you. All those pervs that wanted to see Lara Croft naked and that ended up killing the character in the game. That's very funny, actually. Hellford says it's great if you don't like hip-hop as well, since it unwraps it. Oh, Hellford. You're a Spanish Smurfberry. Hellford says, I get my coat. I'll get my coat. Android Lost says, Tomb Raider as in Tomb Raider 1 from the 90s. Yeah, that's the one we're talking about, I think. Yep. Smurf says, he's a false weed, burn the witch. Android Lust says, yeah, I do enjoy unwrapping, especially if the topology is good. Snappy Girl says, to Gons for topology, Topper Gun does a good job. Use it every now and then. When I make a low poly for ZBrush models, I haven't actually used Topper Gun, but I have heard of it. Nero says, I don't mind doing UVs, I just go on autopilot these days. Snappy Girl says to Euro, yeah, same here. Elfwood says, it really depends on which model I'm working on. Some stuff are really easy to unwrap, some just on autopilot, while others are unending pain to deal with. Yeah, look, particularly if you're working with if you're working with really high poly meshes and photogrammetry stuff, and you have to re-UV map it for some reason. Sometimes you do. It can be a nightmare, absolute nightmare. Sniper Echo says, I like unwrapping cubes. Well, everyone likes unwrapping cubes. They're your jam. Hellford says, it's hip to be square after all. That's true. Sniper Girl says, looks like they're finally going to release a Topper Gun 3. Well, there you go. So yeah, what are we going to do here with this? We need to do something with this. I've got to work out why I did this. Why did I do this? Oh, Phil, what were you doing? What were you thinking? What's going on? It looks like... Yeah, okay, I can see what's going on there. What will be the best way for me to do this? Maybe we can get away with a cap. Let's see if we can cap it. May work, may not work. Hellford says, what caliber does a Topper Gun use? Sniper Echo says, Topper Gun 3, or Top Gun 3. Phil can't read. I thought it was a Top Gun 2 in cinemas later this year. No? Euro says it's not often I have to unwrap high poly. If I do, I'll do it before I turbo smooth and then just relax the island. Sniper Girl says Topper Gun is a retopology tool. Remember too, if you are a Max user, there are the new retopology tools that come with the new version of Max 2021.3. So it's built into Max now, and it is very good, retopology. And there's the link Sniper Girl that's popped in for Topper Gun, the retopology tool. Android Lust says, I haven't used Topper Gun yet, but I bet it works better than Maya's manual retopology, although Maya's isn't bad. And this new one built into Max now is very good for retopology, this new tool that comes with Max. I actually have a plugin, a retopology plugin as well, made by the same people that did the Z Remesher in ZBrush. They created this plugin for Max. I don't tend to use this now that it's built into Max, because this retopology tool is actually a little bit better than that one. Sniper says Top O Gun. Gotcha, that's right. Not Top Gun, Top O Gun. There's the Discord server. Thank you, Hellforge. If you are new to my channel and you want to join the Phil Does 3D Discord server, click that link that Hellforge just popped into Twitch chat. There's a section there on the Discord where you can link to your portfolio and show off your work. There's also a tutorials and tips section, art help and advice section. There's all different things on the Discord that can help you out if you're doing 3D work or any sort of artwork really, but particularly 3D. Sniper Girl says to Android Lost, it is, especially with cylinders. If you end up looking at getting it, recommend waiting. Looks like version 3 is finally coming out. Healthforge says it's on a par or better than Z-Remesher. Are you talking to me, Healthforge? Sorry, Healthforge says, there we go. Phil lives in the future after all. I do. I come to you from the future. You know that. I'm one day in the future. I actually... Z-Remesher and ZBrush, even though I hate ZBrush, it's a great program, but man, the interface is actually really good. The retopology tool here in Max, the new one, I think is a little better than Z-Remesher and ZBrush. You get many more options with this one than you do with Z-Remesher and ZBrush. Z-Remesher and ZBrush is a pretty much one-click thing. I mean, you have some control, but with the remesher here inside of Max, the retopology, you get much more fine control and different ways to do the remeshing. So I actually think this one is a bit better. And not that I've had a huge amount of time to play with it, but just in the little time I did play with it, it did seem better. Sniper Eka says someone needs to release a tool called Goose. Just saying. If you want to, thank you, Hellforge. If you want to click that link to wishlist the game you see me working on the assets for now, you can do that by clicking the link Hellforge popped into Twitch chat. That's the Steam store page for the game called The House in the Hollow, which is what I'm creating assets for at the moment. Andrew Lust says Z-Remesher likes making spiraling edge loops. Yeah. Whereas this one actually doesn't. This one, the remeshing tool in Max, does a really nice job with edge loops. Sniper Girl says to Android Lost, Top Gun 2 was originally released back in 2012. Man, can't imagine they improve it greatly with the new version. Can't imagine, sorry, they can. Healthwood says, that's the one thing I heard about ZBrush. The remesher is great. The rest of it is hit or miss depending on what you're working on. Actually, I really like the cloth tools, the new cloth tools in ZBrush. They're really cool. But I've recently installed a plugin in Max here which does pretty much the same thing as the cloth tools do in ZBrush. So if I want to, I can work just directly in Max by moving my cloth around with the mouse like you can in ZBrush with the new cloth tools in ZBrush. And the plugin is actually very good. So again, not that I've had a lot of time to play with it recently, but it's there. And I have played quickly with it. It is very cool. But yeah, the cloth tools in ZBrush are good. Retopology is good. Look, ZBrush is the best program if you just want to do any sort of sculpting of a mesh. There is Mudbox, but Mudbox is not as good as ZBrush. And Autodesk aren't really updating Mudbox very much anymore. So ZBrush is pretty much the only game in town, really. And I think that's why Pixelogic have been so slack with updating the user interface, because they don't have to. People have to use it. Which isn't good enough as Pixelogic. Fix that interface. It's horrible. Horrible. One of the worst things I've ever worked with. Euro says, yeah, Max's retopology tools are decent. More control over it, yeah. Android Lost says, the Sniper Girl don't know Topo Gun. It's only $100 for single user. I didn't know Topo Gun was only $100 yet. Not expensive, or it never used to be. Sniper Girl says to Android Lust, is it? Got it ages ago and forgot the price. Sniper Girl says to Hellforge, depends on how you retopology in ZBrush. Z-Remesh can add more geometry than needed. Dynamesh is the best way to do it in ZBrush. And again, Dynamesh will only add more geometry in the spots that are actually required, as opposed to doing more overall polys. It just adds more in those sections where you actually need the detail. So yeah, Dynamesh and ZBrush is cool. Sniper Girl says, why would they when people modded the interface and it fixed it for them? Yeah, look, modding the interface, I do that. I've modded the interface so that the buttons are where I want them and all that sort of jazz, but it's still a horrible, horrible interface. I mean, this canvas business that they still do, you know, this 2.5D canvas where you've got to, unless you hit the edit button, like you drop your model onto the viewport, unless you remember to hit the edit button before you start trying to move the model, you're going to drop another model. It's a horrible, horrible interface. Just do away with the canvas. It's a 3D program. None of this 2.5D canvas stuff. It's awful. It's just awful. Don't get me started. You guys know. Do not get me started on ZBrush. You know I'll go on a tangent for half an hour. Halfway says, I've only been doing it in Blender, so I don't exactly have a solid comparison. I think Sniper Echo knows more about it than I do since he uses it. Halfwood says, I just sledgehammer my way through retopology. So we're going to see if we can use a cap on this. Jizan says, I have the best ZBrush user interface on sale now for as low as 3 easy payments of $24.99. So yes, while you can modify ZBrush's interface to an extent, that doesn't hide the fact it's still an awful, awful interface. And like I said, it's the canvas thing that really annoys me, the 2.5D canvas or whatever they call it, where if you don't hit edit mode after you drop your model, then you can't edit your model. It's just unnecessary and stupid. Sorry, but it's stupid. It's not a 2D program, it's a 3D program. Make it like a 3D program. Sniper Girl says, no, you wouldn't go on a tangent on ZBrush for 30 minutes, we'd stop you. Sniper Girl says to Jizan, if it was true, then there would be a lot of people who would actually buy it for ZBrush. Yes, there would. Hellford says, for every minute ZBrush rant, remove one cobweb from the house. Alright, so we're going to see if we can use a cap on this to fix this problem. I'm not sure whether it will work or not though. And probably won't, but we'll give it a go. So what I'm going to do is go into edge mode. Oh, I knew you'd do that. That's just not acceptable. No. We've got that one. Let's see if we can't grab the edge on this one. So we got that one and we got that one. And we're going to see if we can cap them. See, now I knew that was what it was going to do, because max is being max, and that's just the way things are. So I'm going to undo that. And let's see if we can do it a different way. I want to know why I did that. But I think I may have accidentally deleted the backface. I think that's what's going on. I have a feeling. Can't cap it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw an edit poly down because I don't want to work with my base edit poly. I'm going to do a cap, and I'm going to see if I can't clean it up. Let's see. I see. What's going on here? What's this? Sniper Girl says to Hellforge was thinking of silence, so they're threatening to silence me. It's one of the channel points you can get by watching my channel is to actually silence me for a certain period of time. I think it's 5 minutes at a go. And they love using it because they know I love to talk, and it's really hard for me not to just shut up and not be a motor mouth. And they're always threatening silence on me. Android Lost says, Phil immediately stopped talking about ZBrush. Alphwood says there are better things to spend points on. Android Lost says, can't take away the... Oh, what's going on here? So, okay, somebody wants me to hydrate. Euro wants me to hydrate. I will do that. We'll have some water. And then I'll have some coffee. So that's the hydration with the water. Let's get some hydration going with some coffee. And Smurfberry wants me to sit up straight. Okay. All right. There we go. Sitting up straight. Star says, can't take away the webs. Sniper Girl says to Health Lords then to stop a ZBrush rant. Name one. Sniper Echo says, Phil, you know how I'm the inspiration for what you work on this stream? Yes, I do, with the last 3 years or so. How about next week we do a Let's Chat stream? How do you guys feel about that? Do you want me to do a Let's Chat stream? I'm happy to do that. You guys tell me. Do you want one of the streams next week to be just a Let's Chat? And we can talk about anything and everything that you guys want? Or do you want me to make that maybe a channel point? No, that's a good idea. Just something different, Sniper Echo says. Sniper Girl says, honestly, I'd be okay with that. Sniper Girl says, your mods would never threaten you. I mean, never more like promises. Copy and save, Halford says. Yep. Halford says, water is basically just copy without flavour. I know, it is. Juzan says, so my poly count limit was 6,000 and I did it in 4,746. Well done. Well, that's good. Well under the limit. Good job. Halford says, nice one. Eldred Lust says, I wouldn't mind a Let's Chat. Halford says, yeah, a Let's Chat stream would be cool. Sniper Girl says, would be fine with it, to be honest. If you did, could it be a Monday? I have that day off. Yeah, sure. I'll do whatever you guys want. Sniper Echo says, Let's Chat would basically be this stream with no 3D application open. That's pretty much, that's true. 2D Hype. Yeah, look, we can do it either one of two ways. I can dedicate a stream to a Let's Chat, so we can say Monday next week will be a Let's Chat stream. Or I can make it so that it's a reward in the channel points that you can use if you want to. Or we could do both, actually. I could do a Let's Chat stream on Monday next week, and then I can add a reward for channel points for a Let's Chat again another day or whatever. Yep, something like that. You know what I mean? We can either make it part of channel points or I can just do it on the Monday next week. Both. Yeah, I think both might be cool. I have to have a think about how we would make it for a channel points thing, because generally with channel points you redeem them during the stream. So, you know, like the hydrate one and the set up straight one, I do them immediately once they've been asked. We could make it so a certain number of points so we can do a Let's Chat for, I don't know, a half an hour sort of thing maybe. What's different from the way I normally stream though? I talk for half an hour most times anyway. Or we can make it a reward for, like, you can nominate one of the streams to be a Let's Chat stream in the future, you know, I mean, the week after I'm streaming sort of thing. You can say, spend so many points, and on Monday's stream next week it's a Let's Chat, or on Tuesday's stream next week it's a Let's Chat. We can do it that way. Sniper says, Let's Chat would basically be this stream with no 3D application. I read that. 2D Hype Helpwood says, Sniper Girl says, no, I mean Monday next week if you did it. You want me to make it on Monday next week for Let's Chat. Is that right? Let me get this straight here. So is Monday next week is going to be the Let's Chat? Yeah? Or yay or nay, Sniper Girl? Yeah, both. Okay. This is for the channel points thing. Yeah, Sniper says, yeah, I agree. Helpwood says, both sound good. Redeem before the next stream. Sniper Echo says, yeah, I should be paid for these ideas. You should. Yes, please. Okay. On Monday next week, Monday's stream will not be a 3D stream. It'll be a Let's Chat stream where we can talk about anything and everything you guys want. Keeping it clean, of course. So yeah, Monday next week, it will be Let's Chat. So if you like watching me do 3D, miss Monday's stream and watch Tuesday's stream, because that'll be a 3D one. Monday will be just a Let's Chat one. And I will look at adding a reward as part of channel points for something to do Let's Chat. So I think probably the easiest thing to do would be, well, like I said, well, we could do both even for rewards. There could be a reward where you say spend so many points and you get a half an hour of a Let's Chat, or spend more points and you can nominate a stream the following week, whether it's a Monday or a Tuesday, to be just a Let's Chat stream. That's probably the best way to go. watch all my viewer count drop to the floor because everyone wants to watch me do. I don't do 3D most of the time anyway. I talk most of the time. So. Helford says both sounds good. We dream before next stream. You should be paid for the ideas, Sniper Echo. You have some good ideas, not just with the stream, but also with the Discord. Android Lust says, bet we will talk a lot about 3D. You're probably right, but that's okay. It's still talking. Sniper Echo says, maybe next week we could even put on some music also. Huh? I got music playing now. What are you talking about? The music is playing. Are you not hearing music in Sniper Echo? Because I can see it going. It's playing. You're trying to be tricksy. Trixie. Android Lost says music would be cool, Sniper Echo, but DM. Oh, are you talking about? Yeah, I don't do requests because of that problem with DMC. I like to avoid that. That's why I use royalty-free music that you hear me playing. It's a whole little minefield when you let people choose music to play. I mean, I'd like to. I really would, but yeah, music at the moment is a real problem. Sniper Girl says, my work schedule is odd as hell, 12-hour shifts. Oh man, this week I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday off. Next week I have Sunday, Monday, and Thursday and Friday off. Okay, it'll be Monday next week. Sniper Girl says, so basically days I work this week are the days I have off next week. Okay, well, the Just Chat stream will be Monday next week. Sniper Echo says, right, that can be rough, I bet. Yeah, it's just getting really too difficult with copyright with music now, which is why I've never actually really allowed people, like other streamers will allow you to choose music to play. I've never done that because I know what music companies are like, and it's just getting worse. So while I'd love to listen to something with you guys while I'm streaming. I don't listen to music while I stream. It's dead silence here because I get feedback in my mic and all that sort of stuff. So I can't listen to the music. I'd have to put headphones on and they make my ears hot, and, you know. But I'd love to listen to some all different sorts of normal music with you guys, not just royalty-free stuff, but yeah, I can't. It's just, you can't do it. I'll get into trouble. And remember, if you get more than a couple of 3 strikes, I believe it is, on Twitch, then they can close your account down completely. So we ain't gonna risk that one. Android Lost says, the Sniper, I'm talking about non-royalty free, I bet, but it could still be talked about, just not listened to on stream. We could talk about music, sure, I just can't play music. So as part of the Just Chat next week, we can discuss music if you want. We can discuss whatever you want. But I can't play any music that's not my copyright-free stuff. In fact, I think for the Just Chat, we might remove the music completely that I play in the background like you hear now. So it'll be just me talking and replying and chatting with you guys. No music in the background, unless you really want it. Sniper Girl says, yeah, it's a nightmare when planning. Have to look at the schedule to plan anything out at all. I bet it is. Man, that's weird the way they give you the alternating days off. But it'll be Monday to fit in with your schedule, Sniper Girl. So Just Chat stream is on Monday next week. Sniper Echo says, yeah, it's a pain. Sniper Girl says, with the vaccine slowly coming out for the human malware, I'm looking at applying for art jobs again. Although there is that new variant of the human malware now, which is much more contagious, and they're not completely sure whether the vaccines are going to work with the new variant, as they call it. They're still doing tests to see if it's going to have any effect on whether the vaccine is going to be effective or not. It just goes from one disaster to another thing to worry about at the moment, the world we live in now. Healthwood says, I've seen so many streams crash and burn hard with song requests, so many requests that broke terms of service that I've never considered it a good idea. Yeah, don't do it, Hellforge. Do not play copyright music. It's just not worth the problem, because you can get your account suspended or closed. Twitch have complete control over their platform, and if they get complaints, then they will just close your account. They'll suspend you. permanently. So just don't do it. It's not worth it. Snapper Echo says to Android Lost, you're right though, not worth the risk. Android Lost says, I'm just hoping for the best. Yeah, look, that's all you can do. If we're talking about the human malware, you can just hope and pray that everything goes okay. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to detach this glass piece in the middle. Yeah. So I'm going to detach it as a copy or a clone to be completely correct. We're going to select the clone and I'm going to scale it. And I'm going to move it back. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to select the frame. Wait. Hang on. Phil's confusing himself now. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can't. Let's just move this completely out of the way so it's not confusing me. I might just temporarily detach this central piece as well. Not as a clone though, just detach it. So we can just work with the frame. Yeah, that's what I thought it was doing. Okay. So let's move this piece back. And let's see if we can't boolean it. I'm going to do a subtraction. Okay, it's caused a few issues here. Might just be the normal, so we will convert it to a poly. Yeah, it's causing a few issues. Let's see if we can't work with the normal. Let's do an edit normal. Where is my edit normal? There it is. We're going to unify them. Actually, we're not going to unify them. Let's collapse the stack. Still did not fix that. It's not a problem with the verts, no. That's better. So that fixed that problem, and now we have our glass. We can actually see through to the glass, which is what we wanted. So let's attach the piece back together now. And we're good. Healthboard says, I know that. I've got a very angry message about some older VODs. One was of me playing covers of guitar for like 30 minutes. Yeah, but that's I'm not really sure on what happened with the copyright law with music. If you're playing, like you're the one playing the music, you're doing a cover of somebody else's music, but you're not actually playing somebody else's music. So I'm not really sure with the copyright how that works. I'm assuming, considering you got angry messages, that you can't do it. But I would have thought if you're doing it, as long as you're not playing somebody else's music, you're just covering somebody else's music, I would have thought that would have been okay. But again, I'm not completely sure. Obviously not. Sniper Girl says, yeah, it's true. Still think it's time, even with that being the case. Worked at my current place at Hell the same amount of time that I worked under contract at Volition. I got to move on. Hellford says, I admit that I'm not the brightest tool in the shed, but I haven't a clue what's going on right now. Sniper Girl says, LOL with Phil. Is there a God? I don't think even she knows what WTF he's doing. Hellford says, basically what I did was, just for you, I duplicated the glass piece we have in the middle. I made it wider, and then I intersected it with the frame, and then I did a boolean, so we cut that middle piece out so we could see the glass, because remember, it was all being covered over with one poly, and we want to be able to see the glass. So that's what I did. That's why I did it. Okay. Sorry I wasn't explaining it carefully enough while I was doing it. Copy and save. Good suggestion. Because when I did the boolean, it actually messed up the normals. So then I put an edit normal down to fix the normals again. I just unified the normals, basically. Sniper Echo says, in Unreal, how about using an image mask to add detail instead of vertex painting or decal? You could set it up so you can control position and scale. Sort of like using a mesh decal, but with the existing mesh, not a separate mesh. Elford says, that makes sense, thanks. I got confused by the boolean, yeah. The boolean we had to do so we could see the glass, and the edit normals we had to do because the normals got messed up from the boolean. Sniper Girl says, the Sniper Echo, looking at doing image masking currently for other things. Making several different base materials. Will be doing a RGBA masking to assign various materials to an object, similar to what they did for Paragon. RGBA masking, RGB alpha. Different from ARGB, which are things that you have on a motherboard now for all your LED lighting. Some people call it DRGB, some people call it ARGB. But anyway, we're getting off topic. We're not talking about LED lighting. She's talking about alpha. Helpwood says, I don't see that used often enough in Max. Sniper Girl says, so for something that is painted rusted metal, red will be like paint, green will be in the mask for metal, and blue will be for rust. Alrighty, let's get out of isolation mode. Now that we've fixed this up, we can send this back over to Ryzen. Again, pay no attention to the model that comes through Ryzen. It's the export plugin I'm using in Max. It can show that, make it look like the model is not correct, like you see here. That is just the plugin during the export. If I was to export this separately and import it in, we wouldn't be getting this issue. It's just the plugin I'm using. It's a bit buggy, to be honest. Thank you again. If you want to join the Discord, click that link, and if you want to wishlist the game you see me working on, click that link in Twitch chat. Juzan says, I'm on to texturing now. I'm actually finished. Cool. Well, you got about another 40 minutes before I finish my stream, so let's see if you can finish it in the 40 minutes. Yes, good luck, as Hellford says. Sniper Girl says, going to be doing that for changing materials for draw calls. Yeah, well, that's true. If you store things in the red, green and blue channel, it does save a lot of draw calls. She says, wouldn't have enough colours to also change between wet, dry surfaces, unless you use separate materials. Sniper Echo says there's a few variations of the method you could use. Yeah, look, and yeah, using the red, green, blue is a really great way to reduce draw calls on your assets. And of course, reducing draw calls increases performance of the game engine, so it's always a good thing to do. Some of the assets in the game that we're doing have used that. Some of them haven't, and generally, it's easy to confuse me, as you guys know. And I get confused with the red, green and blue channels all the time, which one is supposed to be roughness, which one is metallic. So I tend not to use them. But that's just me, because Phil is easily confused, as you guys know. But it is definitely a good thing to do, and you can set it. There's a template inside of Substance Painter to automatically do that for you. Automatically save it out as in that format. My phone going off. Sorry about that, guys. What I'm going to do here is we're going to do it the traditional way. So I'm going to export this door frame, and we're going to import it. I'm just going to export it to my desktop. We're just going to call it. Can we call it anything? I'm just going to call it AB because we're not going to be keeping it as an FBX. I'm working with FBX 2020 version. Let's see how the program handles that. And I'm going to open up Horizon manually. Come on. And we're going to import it or load it. Isolate. You see the model is fine. It's the plugin that causes the problem. You guys have seen me have that issue before in the program. Show, and we just want to do the glass piece in the middle as well. Show. And now we can save it. In fact, I'm going to do a save as, just to be sure. Again, I'm just going to save it to my desktop. Okay, it does it automatically. It does an out version, so we won't worry about that. So let's close Horizon down. We're going to import that version we just saved out, so it'll be the out version. Just before I do that, Max has a habit of replacing the file if it has the same file name, so I'm just going to call this one G panel ridge, and now we can import it. Yeah, so basically if you import something that has the same name as something already in a Max scene, Max will replace the original in the scene with whatever the new one is you're importing. And I don't want Max to do that. I just want it to import the file. Okay, so let's just zoom back out here and move that up. So I'm going to throw an unwrap UVW down on this. And we're going to repack everything. I'm going to copy the unwrap UVW. And I'm going to paste it on our original. So our original is now UV mapped, and we can delete the one we just imported. And we can assign the texture, the checker texture pattern. Okay, now Max's packing here is not great, so let's have a look at what's going on. What is going on? What is that? What is that? Okay, it's the back piece here. So what we're going to do is just get Max to do an unwrap on this one. We won't send it to Rhizome, it's not really worth the trouble. We're just going to do a flatten mapping. And what is this? I see. Why did you not do that? Oh, you're working my last node. Basically what's happened here is the mapping has not transferred over correctly. So I'm going to see if I've got enough undos in my stack here. So I'm just pressing Control Z here to undo. I want it until I got that back. Let's close that. Let's have a look at the unwrapping here. See, this one is unwrapped correctly, but it's not letting me copy it over for some reason. So I'm going to try and do it through the channel info. Snappy Girl says, I know how to do the first part. Max, Android Dust says, Max has good intentions for that, but we can delete our own stuff. That's exactly right. I don't want it to automatically replace it for me. So yeah, basically we can't copy the UVs over, so I'm going to see if I can't do it through the channel info. So I'm going to open up the channel info and copy the UVs from that version. We'll select this one. I'm going to see if I can paste the UVs. No, it won't let me paste them in. Okay, fine. Alright, you want to be difficult, Max. We can work with what we got. So I'm just going to collapse that one. We're going to rotate this to be in the right direction. We'll move it into the right spot. So we're going to replace that door with this one. Is pretty much what I'm going to be doing. Well, size-wise, they should be identical. In fact, I'm just going to go into isolation mode here with these two. We don't have to line these up. I'm only doing it for Max in the visual viewport because it's going to be brought into Unreal as a separate object anyway. So we're just going to call this one new. And this one is called original. Yes. And the original we're going to... No. It's not quite right that way. Move it up. Okay. Now we just need to select the original one and delete it. Okay, now let's assign the texture pattern. And now we're good. Just looking at the textile density looks a little bit off, so I'm just going to go and throw an unwrap down. And let's position this so we can see them both. I'm just going to match the textile density. Like that. Because we want our texture to stay nice and even all around the cupboards. You guys are talking about autocorrect. Let's do a save here because we don't want to lose the work we've done, because that would be bad and a pain. Let's continue on with our UV mapping, shall we? So I'm going to select next cupboard along, and we're going to send that over to Ryzen. Did I do a save? I can't remember. Come on, Ryzen, why is it taking you so long to open up? I did hit the button, didn't I? Maybe I didn't. I was sitting here waiting for Ryzen to open up, and I don't think Phil even hit the button to open Ryzen up. There we go. Oh man. Let's find our model. And we're going to UV it. Send it back to max. And sign our checker pattern. Again, we have the, actually, yeah, we'll just throw an unwrap down and just fix our textile density. You know, actually, I think that's not correct. I'm going to do this a different way. Let me have a think about this for a minute. Yeah, no, I think I need to leave that like that, because these are all doors, so we really want the textile density to be as fine as we can, because they're all going to be saved out as separate textures for each door. They're not all going to use the one texture. I mean, the main part of this world, but not the doors. So they don't need to have the same textile density. They need to, it's better that they use all of the UV map space, basically. So instead of doing it this way, let's just remove that unwrap. Throw down a new one. Yeah, so it's better we use all of our UV space, even though that does mean that our textile density between the two doors is different. It won't matter because it would only matter if we attached both of these doors together and then we were trying to texture it up. Having the different textile density, that would cause an issue. But we're not doing it that way. We're texturing up these doors separately. So the textile density being different is not going to be an issue. And it's better we use all of our 0 to 1 UV space as opposed to shrinking it down. I mean, what we could do is we could combine both the doors and use one texture that way, one texture map. That's always an option. So that also means, these ones I didn't do it to, it was only these two. So we should be good. So yeah, we're not worrying about the textile density on the doors unless I decide to combine both of the doors together so we only have one texture map, and then I'll have to fix the textile density. But at this stage, we're not going to be doing that. If that makes sense. Hellforge says, I too often enough wonder who this Hellforge guy is. Almost 6 years and I still haven't figured it out. I see some interesting tutorials have been posted in the Discord server as well, which is good to see. Oh, Juzan! You posted some images in the chat. Cool. What are these images, Juzan? Is this the thing you were having to model, or? What are the images that you popped in chat there, Juzan? That's what I have to model. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's just have a quick look here at what they're asking you to model up. I'm curious to be able, I want to see it a little bit bigger than what I can see it in the Discord. Oh, so this is the thing you're modeling up. Okay, cool. So you got that down to, did you say about 4,700 polys? That's pretty good. Yeah, very good. Because there is a lot of curvature and stuff on this piece, so. Cool. Well, Sniper Girl says to Hellforge, I have no clue who the hell Sniper Girl 85 is either, so yeah, same boat. Let's choose the next door along, and let's just zoom out here. And send it over to Ryzen. I must remember to do a save when I get back to Max next. Again, let's find our model. And UV map it. Do a bit of cleanup. And we'll just do an optimize as well, for good measure. And send it back to Max. And throw down the checker pattern. And move on. Okay, now I wonder if we're going to have a problem with this door like we did with this one. I'm just going to go into isolation mode here and make sure that there and we are. There's no back on this one as well. Wow. Okay, let's try and do it a different way. I'm going to duplicate this one. And we're going to isolate these two. And let's rotate this one around the right direction. Now the size is not correct, but we should be able to fix that up. So if we line these up, handles are the same size, so that's okay. We're going to go into edit poly mode and we're going to select the top. Hang on, there's an unwrap. I'm thinking, what's going on? We're going to throw in an edit poly down and then we're going to select the top. Wait, what's going on here? I'm going to remove that edit poly. I'm just going to collapse the stack. We're going to turn it to an edit poly. Let's try that again. And we're just going to move this up to match the other one. And don't worry about the skewing here, we'll re-UV map it in a minute. I'm going to make it wider. So now they should be identical. Just want to check the UVs here. I think what I might do is I might send it back to Horizon. Come on. You can do it. There we go. And re-UV map it. I'm just going to get Rhizome to fix this. I don't know why it put it on an angle. It's very annoying. I can't quite remember how to do my rotation here. Let's go quickly check this. Spacebar, right mouse button and spacebar. Now we can send that back to Max, and then I'll use Max to do a repack. Okay, we got there in the end. We're going to call this one underscore new for the end of it. And this one we're going to call underscore old, so I know which one I'm deleting and which one I'm keeping. Let's move this one into the position of the old one. And select the old one and delete it. Okay. No doors there, no doors there. We've only got this one over here. So let's send that over to Ryzen. And let's find our model. Where is it? I can't find it. Where on earth is it? There's got to be an easier way to do this. I can't really see an easier way to do this. There we go. Man. Like in ZBrush there's a button you can hit to actually automatically zoom into the model. I'm pretty sure there is in Ryzen as well, but I'm just not sure of what it is off the top of my head. Helpwood says it's too bloody late and I haven't had enough coffee to stay up this late. We're all nearly done for the day. Well, at least I am, almost. Streaming, that is. Let's do a bit of cleanup work here. Stitch that. I'm not done working though. I'll be doing more work after I finish the stream, but it'll be stuff for the studio. Stuff I can't show on stream. Let's get it to do a repack. Actually, we'll get it to do an optimize. And send it back to Max. And assign the checker texture. Okay, we're getting there, Let's do a quick save because I haven't done one for a while, and so I can have a coffee. Pardon me. Android Lost says to Helpforge, I would think that you would have a separate mag if the game allows the magazine to bounce around on the ground. You guys are talking about something else that I'm not familiar with because I haven't been following a chat closely enough. Okay, so what else we got here now? Let's look at the main part of the top piece now. Let's send that over to Ryzen. We'll wait for Ryzen to load up. Find our model. Pardon me. We're going to break this up bit by bit. Now again, it's the exporter that is causing some issues there. We'll see if we can get around it. Otherwise I may have to save it as a separate piece again. Let's isolate this and map it. Isolate the bottom. And map that. And the top. And the bottom. Actually not that piece, but we'll do these pieces. Let's do the back pieces. And these two. And then we can do these pieces. And then this piece. This little bit down here that we forgot before. And these pieces. And what does that leave? That leaves this bit, which I'll do separately. And then the middle bit. And then the top bit. And then these bits. Actually, I'm going to do these separately because of this issue here. I'm just not sure if it's going to cause a problem. So we'll isolate that piece. I think it should be alright. And the bottom piece. I don't think I've forgotten anything. I think it's all mapped. Oh, no, I forgot this bit over here. Do you guys watch the latest Wonder Woman movie? Wonder Woman 1984, I think it is. I did go and see that at the theatre. It wasn't that good, I'm afraid. The first Wonder Woman movie was really good. But Wonder Woman 1984, not very good. Which is a shame. Okay, now I think we've got everything. Oh no, Helpwood says my internet is acting up. Karma. Sniper Girl says to Sniper Echo, is there a blur note in Unreal? Android Lost says, well, I'm in 160p since I started buffering. Sniper Girl says, yeah, the new Wonder Woman was bad. Yeah, it was bad. Android Lost says, I haven't seen the first one yet. The first one, I liked the first one. But the second one, oh wow, it was so bad. Andrew Sniper Echo says, second one wasn't great at all. No, it was a real shame. Because the first one was so good, I expected good things from the second one, but the second one was just terrible. Yura says, Gal got it looking great. Let down by mesh plot. No, she did. She did look great. I admit, she always looks great. But yeah, the plot, the story, man, it was really, really bad. Really bad. Helpwood says, not seen any of the Wonder Woman movies. I'm not all that into superhero movies. No, I'm not either. But I did like the first Wonder Woman movie, so I thought I'd check the second one out, but it was really bad. So do yourself a favour, and if you are into superheroes and you want to watch it, don't watch Wonder Woman 1984. by all means watch the first one, but not the second one. Sniper Record says a lot of the CGI was bad also. Yeah, it was. That running, yes, I know. It was terrible, Sniper Record, the CGI. But the story was just all over the place, terrible. We're just going to throw an unwrap on this so we can just do a repack in max. And again, we're not worried about the texel, the texel density, because it's all even for that one piece. And the fact that it's different from the doors is not an issue for us. Alrighty, so we've got most of the top cupboard textured up, UV mapped anyway. Yeah, how are we going here for time? You know, you look at the kitchen and you think to yourself, oh, it's not going to take me very long to UV map that up. But it's taken all of the stream today just to do that top section of the cupboard. I think that was because we ran into a few problems with the mesh on a couple of pieces, so that took a little time. But yeah, it's funny how sometimes you think things that won't take very long end up taking a lot longer than you ever thought they would. So I'm just going to do a quick save. Sniper Girl says, I love superhero movies, just not that one. And Justice League and most DCU movies. Sniper Ricker says, just earlier today fixed that crappy sliding version of running on my character in Unreal. Our character's in first person, so we don't see that. Sniper Ricker says, yep, I agree with Sniper. Nero says, did you only weight the feet? The Sniper Ricker, I'm assuming. And coffee, yes. I think we might leave it there for today. We will not pick this up on Monday next week, because Monday next week is going to be a Let's Chat stream, so Phil does Just Chat. So Monday 5 PM next week, it'll be a chat stream. We can talk about whatever you guys want. Phil does chat, there we go. That'll be what it'll be. Phil does chat. So not Phil does 3D for next week, it's Phil does chat. So that's going to be Monday's stream. So if you watch my streams to watch me do 3D, you probably want to miss that one next week, because it's going to be a chat stream. And you guys can ask me whatever you want. And I'll try and think about adding some rewards to the channel points stuff for chatting streams as well, so that you guys can spend points to get me to do a Just Chat stream. You're quite welcome, Sniper Wrecker. I do want to thank you guys very much for hanging out and watching. I appreciate you guys being here. I want to thank Android Lust and Tamana for the subscriptions. You guys are absolutely awesome, so thank you. I will, of course, be back on Monday next week, and we will do our chat stream. You guys have a good weekend. Make sure, please, if you're going outside, wear a mask. If you're going to be around other people, please wear a mask. Good luck with your presidential inauguration happening, I believe, tomorrow for you guys in the United States. I hope everything goes smoothly. You guys take care. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all again on Monday next week. See you guys.